So today we are going to cook seafood from the mountain people. Here are our ingredients. There is salt, there is tomatoes. Salt is there, tomatoes is there. We have the main ingredient, silver cyprinid. Nani alisema watu ya Murima wajui kupika? Let us watch and see. Now, the first step is to wash. Actually, we first sort to remove any dirt, any particles, and then you wash in hot water. So here I've put in hot water, and I have two sufurias or two containers. One where you dip them in hot water and then you remove them into a drier one, ensuring. And there was a fly there that wanted to taste. I told it bye. There it goes. Yes, and then we continue. So I'm here rinsing them in hot water. The reason we do this is so that they don't become bitter, and for cleanliness as well. You just don't cook them straight from where you bought them like that. Yes. So here we go. That's the first rinse. And then I'll pour that water out. Do another rinse. I prefer doing like 3 rinses. And you can even opt to use a little baking soda. It does a good job at cleaning as well. You can add in some little vinegar or little lime juice or lemon juice, whichever sails your boat. Yes, there goes the second rinse. The water is so hot, and so I decided while that is happening, this was actually the last rinse. While that is happening, I put the gas on and let the oil fry. Najua watu wako na macho sharp, wanaweza uliza na hii mafuta inakaaje? Yes, I had previously fried fish in that oil. That's why it has some tiny little particles. So I'm reusing it. But this is the last time I'm reusing it. Yes, you can see the small particles. I continue with my rinse. While the oil is frying. You can see how they look. Nice. That's the last rinse now. And the water has to be hot. It has to be hot. That one is hot. Draining for the last time into a dry container. The fish, the omena or the silver cyprinid or Kisumu boys as we call them, need to be dry before going into the oil. Because if you did your chemistry right, oil and water don't mix. But you don't want to find that out, do you? Yes. And another thing, for those who want to pat them dry, well, I'm sorry, but this is not your video. Here we don't pat dry. We are old-fashioned, so we just drain, ensure that there's no water. Yes. So I've drained all the water, and they're ready to go into the frying pan. And those are our spices. So to check if the oil is hot, I put in a skewer. If I see bubbles at the bottom, it's ready. You can use a toothpick or whatever wooden thing you have, even a mwiko can still work. So I prefer using a skewer. Yeah, that's not my finger in the oil. I was just showing you the bubbles. Here we go. So I'm putting the silver cyprinid, omena, into the oil and let them fry. So I don't put all of it. I put just a little so that all of them get drenched in the oil so that they can get that crunch. If you put so much, then they won't have that extra crunch. Yes. And for the oil, I just put enough so that after the omena have soaked all the oil, I'll be left with a little to fry them in. I have no measurement for that. I just use my eyes. This comes from years of experience. Yes, I have years of experience, if you didn't know. Yeah, so there we go. The omena is frying in the oil. A few minutes later, I check to see if there's the crunch, and you keep stirring as well so that they don't get burnt. I can see they're about to be ready anytime from now. You can see they've turned golden orange. That's the color we want. And we also want a crunch. I want them crunchy. Yes. So I'm testing for the crunch. I can feel they're ready now. That I can put another batch and let it fry as well. Now they're ready. So I put them into a clean container, a dry one for that matter, because of at the end of it I'll salt them. Yeah, and don't be salty. Don't be salty. You can like this video, you can share it with your friends, and you can tell us where you're watching us from. We'd like to know. There goes our onions. Put the onions. I like using a lot of onions because they give that nice flavor. And there I put a little coriander stalk, not the leaves, the stalk. Yes. And then I let it fry with the onions. So I stir a bit to mix in the oil and let it fry. Good. And you can also tell us, have you ever experienced seafood from watu ya Murima? Was there too much tooth? Or was it a river? Did you eat while crying? And do you eat it with chapati? Such a disgrace. You eat omena with ugali only. The onions are frying. And here I am salting my omena. I do this before putting it into the sauce, so that it's just ready. Because once I put it in, because they're already cooked, it's just a matter of mixing and removing from the fire. So I mix them, have a taste. Man, that slaps. Nice. There's my wife. She couldn't resist. She also had a bite. I took my tomatoes. I prefer using lots of tomatoes, but if in your area tomatoes are selling for 1 million, you can just put a few. Yes. So I split the tomatoes in two because watu ya Murima, we like cooking our kafishi with a little tomatoes for color. Yes, you don't want white food. Put my tomatoes, and then I'll add in some salt. There goes the salt. Yeah, just a little salt to your liking. I don't have a measurement for that. I just use my eyes, or as my hand guides me. Cover it. Those are some cabbages. Yeah, the lid was covering the cabbages, so don't wonder what is that. I cover it and let it cook. At this point, I go watch some clips. I'm back. You can see it's becoming thick. It's becoming saucy. That's what we want. Stir it a bit, pound it kidogo kidogo, so that it becomes thick and juicy. Yeah, this is where Mkurugenzi says, I got the juice. So I got tomato juice here. There goes. Koroga vizuri. Good. You can see how our sauce is thick. I like that. And then goes our spices. Here I've used black pepper, some little cayenne pepper, and some royco. Yes, watu wa royco mnitafute. We need to talk. Yes. Koroga. Let the spices blend in. Let them cook nicely. Koroga tena. Make sure that your sauce is thick. After a few minutes, add some little soy sauce for color and for that rich umami flavor. Koroga again to mix it in. Nice. I'm loving the color. I'm loving the flavors. And if you're in this kitchen, the aromas crazy. Then at this point, I'll want to add in some little water. But my ancestors were calling, so I added a little bit, and I was forcing my hand not to add another. So not today, ancestors. That one is enough. Yes. Yeah, someone wants to chip into the video. You can hear him. Let it cook. Look at the consistency. It's thick enough. I like the thickness. Delicious. So our sauce is almost ready. And the next thing we do is go in with the omena. Taste for the crunch. Add a little. Give to the young one. How's the taste? Do you like it? Yes. That's what we want. Pour it all in. Mix it in. Remember that your omena is cooked already, so you don't have to overcook it. You just mix it into the sauce and it's ready. Don't overcook it. Watu ya Murima, we know you love thuf, but for this one, we don't want that much thuf. Kidogo tu is enough. A little goes a long way. Yes. Kumbuka your dania leaves, put them in for garnish, and just mix it in, and you'll be ready to serve. Koroga. And the food is ready. You can see our kafishi, our omena, and our ugali. Time for tasting. Moment of truth. Buddha. Sweet. If you've never had omena, then maybe this is the video you're looking for. Thank you for watching.